Grade 3 students, تربية نموذجية School. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome again to a new online lesson. Today we're gonna study Unit 7, Lesson 5. So you'd better get your both books close to you and open your PB on page 76. Right? We're supposed to have a full detailed discussion about the pictures, but in order not to take a long time video, we're gonna have a quick discussion. So, would you please have a quick look and try to guess probable answers for my questions? Question number one. How many pictures can you see? If you have a quick look on the page and you count them, if you count the pictures, you can find there, yeah, that's correct, 6 pictures. Whom can you see in the pictures? Whom can you see? I can see lots of students raising their hands. Very good. Professor Bloom, Rose, Harry, Hip, Hop, and Hopla. That's correct. In your opinion, what are they going to talk about? I can hear some students say, they see Professor Bloom when he was young, so they talk about Professor Bloom. Also, there is a machine here, so they may be talking about Professor Bloom making machines. Let's start and read. Okay? So, listen carefully.
Unit 7, Lesson 5, Activity 10, page 76. Listen and read. Then act out.
Professor Bloom is very clever.
When did he learn to make machines?
When he was 6.
So we learn from this that they are talking about Professor Bloom and he's very clever. We also learn that he started learning about making machines when he was 6. This means he was a genius child. Okay, let's move to the other part.
How often does he make new machines?
He always makes new machines on Friday. He makes them in the morning.
What time does he get up?
He always gets up at 7 o'clock.
So we know from this part that Professor Bloom always makes machines on Friday in the morning. We also know that he gets up at 7 o'clock. Let's move down to the last part.
Today is Friday.
And it's 7:30.
Where's the professor?
Whoa! This machine is amazing, Professor.
I need one more thing. Then we can go home to Earth.
So we know from the first part that it was Friday and it was 7:30. It was 7:30. And when they asked about where Professor Bloom is, they found him near his new machine. They think that the machine is amazing, and Professor Bloom told them that he needs only one thing, and after that they can go back to Earth. Okay, so we can go now to the other book. Go to your activity book on page 72. So in your activity book on page 72 you can find activity 11, 12, and 13. Look at the first part, the top one. How often does the professor make new machines? And after reading, I think the answer is gonna be easy for you. He always makes new machines on Friday in the morning. That's correct answer. Very good. So in activity 12, you are going to remember the incidents of the story and try to number the pictures, right? So, and of course, as you know, the first one is done for you, right? When they ask it, when did he learn to make new machines? And as you can see, Professor Bloom when he was young. This is number one. Number two, we have 2 pictures. We have 2 confusing pictures. He always. This is about, you see this? Do you notice this? And you notice this clock. So So number 1 is done for you. When did he learn to make machines? Number 2, we can find two confusing pictures. He always. Which one of them number 2 and which one is number 3? Because they are following each other in the story. But if you follow the sequence of the incidents of the story, you can see he always makes new machines first, and then he always gets up at 7. So if you look carefully at these two pictures, you can find here a clock here. So this is about getting up at 7 o'clock, and this is about making machines on Friday. You notice this calendar? So this is gonna be number 2, and this is gonna be number 3. Now let's go to number 4. Is it picture B or picture E? Look at this calendar here. You can find today is Friday. So this is gonna be number 4. And this, of course, is the last picture. If you follow the sequence of the incidents, you'll find this is the last one. When Professor Bloom said, I need only one more thing, then we can go back to Earth. So in order not to waste time, I prepared another one which is done for you. So take your time and number the pictures. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5. After numbering the pictures, go back to the down part. Of course, you can pause the video, take your time, and number the pictures correctly. Let's go now to the part at the bottom of the page. We have to read and tick. When did Professor Bloom learn to make machines? The first one is done for you when he was 6. Here we have 3 more questions. Number 2, 3, and 4. What time does he get up? He always gets up at 7. He always gets up at 7:30 or 7:30. You'd better focus because these 2 times were mentioned in the story. Who can answer correctly? Yeah, very good. Great job. He always gets up at 7, right? Why I say these are confusing questions? Because the following question has something to do with also 7 and 7:30. So you'd better focus and concentrate. Number 2, he gets up at 7. But number 3, when it was asked about the time, what time was it then? Was it 7 or 7:30? Focus. What time is that? It's 7 or 7:30? Yeah, that's correct answer. It's 7:30, which means 7:30. The last question, what does Professor Bloom need? What does Professor Bloom need? He said in the story, the last part of the story, he said he needs one more thing for the machine, then they can go back to Earth. Here we have 2 answers. He needs one more thing for the machine. He needs a different machine. MashaAllah, I can see all of you giving correct answers. He needs one more thing for the machine. And also, to save time, I have prepared a copy which has the answers. So now you can write the correct answers here. He always gets up at 7. Tick here. When it was asked about the time, it was 7:30 or it's 7:30. And the last one, of course, the first one is the true answer. He needs one more thing for the machine. Thank you for watching. Thank you for paying attention. Till we meet again, thank you and goodbye.